Hello, everybody. Namaste. Welcome. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. We'll start in a child's pose, big toes together, and knees apart, knees about as wide as the hips. And lengthen your arms forward. You can even squish your chest a little side to side, wiggle the hips a little side to side to get a little bit more comfortable in that child's pose. But let everything settle in and relax. The spine relax, the hips relax, the neck and shoulders relax, even the forearms relax. Where the thighs meet the hips relax. Nice slow inhales and exhales. Full inhale, full exhales. Back ribs, side ribs, front ribs. Now we'll come on up, walk the hands a bit in, come up to all fours, knees underneath your hips, hands underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, drive the heart forward into a cow position, cow pose. And as you exhale around and dome your spine into cat. You inhale, you bring the heart forward. And as you exhale, you're rounding and rounding and rounding. Inhale, the heart comes forward and up. Exhale as you round and round. Drive the navel up towards the spine. Inhale, heart comes forward and upward. Exhale, press to round even more. Drive the heart forward, inhale. Exhale as you round. And then you can move the spine forward and back. You can make some waves through the spine. From the tailbone through the spine, all the way up to the neck. You can move your hips a little back and forth as you do that. Just creating waves along the spine. Ripple through the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, all the way to the neck and head, down into the sacrum tailbone. And then you can circle the ribs and the spine around, the pelvis around, and the opposite way too. Breathing in, breathing out. Come on down and sit on your feet. Hook your thumbs up in front of you. Lift the arms up towards the sky. So feel a sense of lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. You can rock the arms a little side to side. And then start to make some circles with your arms around, big circles. So that you feel the ribs attaches to the spine. Also gets a little movement there. As you circle the arms around and also go the opposite direction. And you can even hook the other thumb on top, the more unusual thumb on top, as you can circle the arms around. Big circles. Try to again get into all those areas where you find yourself a little tighter. Good. I'm going to release and open up the arms and open the chest and exhale as you round. Inhale, open the arms, chest, exhale as you round. Take your right hand out to the right and lengthen the left arm over your head. As you come up, take your left arm out to the left and reach the right arm over the head. Go. From here on, turn the hands around so the fingers turn outwardly and back towards the knees. And you can rock back and forth with your hips. You can lift the palms and get your fingers a good stretch and perhaps even bend the elbows down towards the mat. You can turn the palms up, top of the hand down. You make a little fist. You can bum the fist together, bend and straighten the arms. Rock a little side to side as well. Good. Once you shake out the hands, come on up into your first downward dog. Pedal your feet up and down, your heels up and down. Stretch the legs, bend the knees, pull the chest towards your thighs. Straighten the legs a little more if it feels okay. Head is relaxed between the arms. Shifting forward again, you're rolling through the spine as you come forward to plank. You're pulling the hips back, you're rounding the back forward, you're arching your back back. Raise the right leg up and back, stretch. Keep it nice and straight. Square the pelvis, pull the knee into the chest. Drop it down to touch the mat and back up to the chest. Tap the mat, back up. Tap the knee down, back up. And lightly step it in between your hands. Rock forward and back with your hips, with your torso, with your legs. And set your left knee down. Low lunge. Just let the hips relax, the groins relax, the hip flexors, the thighs, hamstring relax. And then if you like, you can take your hands on your hips, drive the knee a little forward over the toes, keeping the right heel down, and then place your hands back on the mat. And reach the right leg back and up, three-legged dog, bend the knee, roll the hip open, press to both of your hands. Take the right ankle now in front of your left thigh, walk your hands about a foot or so in so that you can bend the left knee and drive the hips and thighs back. Then walk your hands a little further, and flex your right toes towards the right knee. If you can, you could drop the buttocks a little lower. You can also take your hands off the mat and reach them alongside the ears as you stretch forward. Pull the upper thighs and hips back. Then walk the hands back out. So we'll set the right knee down, the right toes down. The left knee will come down too, like a poppy stretch. Walk the hands forward, melt the heart. So driving the hips and the thighs back. If you like a little more, walk your hands now over towards the left side if you want a little bit more. Good. Come up from here and release the right leg down into downward dog. We'll shift forward into plank pose, strong arms and legs. Shift the shoulders further forward over the fingers as you bend the elbows, lower all the way down, lengthen down through your legs. Sphinx pose on the forearms. Move the heart forward between the gateway of your shoulders and feel you pulling your forearms a bit backwards. You could tuck your chin down towards your chest or roll your head to the right and left. A sense of pulling the forearms back towards you as you drive the heart forward and up. Lengthen pure bone into the mat, your toes into the mat. Nice slow breathing here. Finding a cobra by sliding the hands a little closer towards you, a little wider, and lifting the chest, shoulders down the back. Do that again. You lift into cobra. And as you exhale, coming back down. And come back up into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down. We'll scoot the body a bit over to the left side of the mat. And as you bend the right elbow out to the right, like a little cactus arm to the right, roll over your right hip And slide with the left leg straight behind you. And the left arm goes up over your head, slightly towards your left. So as the left leg goes behind you towards your right, the left arm and up above you goes slightly to the left. So a little diagonal from the leg to the arm across the body. So you're just breathing deep inside your chest cavity, your lungs, your upper back, and your chest. And then roll back onto your belly. Scoot the body a bit to the right of your mat. Bend the left arm out to the left. Roll on top of your left hip. Slide the right leg back. Nice and straight if you can. Maybe the toes touch the ground. The right arm comes up and slightly forward towards the right side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe here into your chest, your shoulder blades area, the upper back, deep inside your chest cavity. Come back to center. Align yourself back on your mat. You can find your way up into up dog. Right, drive the pelvis forward, like the front of the pelvis, and then back into downward dog. Hips back, thighs back, move the upper thighs. From the down dog, raise the left leg back and up, nice and long. Stretch back, even draw the right thigh and hip back. Square the pelvis, pull the knee into the chest nice and tight. Tap the floor and come back up. Tap the floor and come back up. Tap the floor and step the left foot in between your hands. Just rock a little forward and back. Set your right knee down and also bring the left knee a little more forward past the toes. Take a nice stretch to the right quad. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. And then you can just take your hands up on your hips and waist and lift the chest up and back. You can arch your back as much as you like here. Try to keep the spine in and up. You draw the spine in and up. Place the hands down, tuck your back toes under. Raise the left leg up and back, bend the knee, roll the hip open. We'll bring the left ankle in front of your right thigh, figure 4. Slowly walk the hands back, bend deeper into the right leg you're standing on. Sink your hips back and down. Maybe it feels good to raise the hands off the mat and just lengthen them forward besides the ears, kind of wrapping the biceps around the ears there. Stretch forward, sitting back, putting the hands back down, walk them forward. Set the left knee down, set the left toes down, the right knee. As your puppy stretch, you walk your hands a bit over to the right side, ankle to the right, so that you feel like the left hip bone is going back while you're stretching through the left waist. Walk it back in so it's more in the middle on the mat. Heart melts downward. Breathing in, breathing out. Go walk the hands a little in. Come back into your plank position. Chaturanga, inhale to upward facing dog. Shoulders over your wrist, and then exhale, pull the hips back, down dog. Raise the right leg up and back. Stretch it long. Pull the knee nice and tight into the chest. Step the foot forward. Set the left knee down. Work your right knee forward past the toes so that you get a nice stretch to the left quad. Maybe take your hands up on your waist or take the arms all the way up and back like a little crescent moon. Lengthen up and back. Stretch from the back leg all the way up to the hips to the arms. Put your hands back down. Take your right leg back and up, bend the knee, roll the hip open. You slowly come into your wild thing here and take a nice chest opener. Press through the legs, stretch up to the hips. Sit down gently onto your mat and lift the hips back up as you arc your back. From the wild thing, put your right foot in front of the left shin and back behind you again, and in front of the left shin and back behind, in front of the left shin and back behind. Then find your way into your side plank. Roll the inner thighs back. Find length through your spine. Raise the right arm forward past the ear. Find nice and length. As you come back to your plank pose, take your feet hip width apart. Keep the right arm reaching forward, but also lift the left leg. So you elongate the right arm and the left foot. Shifting into your chaturanga, 2 feet. Now into upward facing dog and back to downward facing dog. Raise the left leg back and up, nice and long, stretch. Draw the knee nice and tight into your chest, step the foot forward. Come on down with the right knee, take your left knee a little forward past the toes there. As long as the heel's down, it's going to protect your knee as you raise the chest up and back. Maybe the arms will reach back. Slow inhales and exhales. Find a little crescent moon stretching up and back. Place the hands back down. Make your way back to three-legged dog. Roll the pelvis open. Flip dog. As you flip backwards, get that nice stretch to the front of the hips, thighs, chest, spine, and the shoulder area. Then we'll go ahead and sit down gently onto the right hip and come back up. Arc your back. Step the left foot right in front of the right shin and behind the shin, and in front of the shin and behind the shin. It's eventually into your side plank position. Shoulders stacked. Inner thighs rolled back, buttocks in, tailbone in. Reach and lengthen the left arm forward past your ear. As you roll back to your plank position, feet are hip width apart. The left arm extending forward, the right leg extends back. Breathe here. Put your hand down. Keep the foot raised as you shift forward to chaturanga up dog. Inhale. 2 feet down, lengthen legs. And back to your downward dog. Exhale. All right, move the upper thighs and hips back. Now raise the right leg back and up. Inhale. Drive the knee in. Cross it past the left leg into figure 4. Walk your hands backwards. You're sitting deeper into your chair position. Pull the thighs and hips back. Maybe take your right arm and cross it over the right foot. So you're trying to get the right upper arm into the sole of the right foot. The right upper arm into the sole of the foot. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. You can relax it, straighten the left leg and fold over the knees. Walk the hands forward again. And slide the right leg across your body. Folding star, circle the left arm around. And then sink your hips down, arc your arm up and over. Sink the right hip down, arc up and over. Exhale, sink the hips down, inhale, arc and over. Place your left palm down, pull the knee into the chest, step it in between your hands. Set the left knee down, you got your right foot, knee forward again. Arcing your chest up and back, you move your spine inwardly, forward and up. Now with the right hand on your thigh, reach back with the left hand, grab a hold maybe from the inside of the foot so the hand can face down. The hands can face to the side or upward. You can even grab both hands around the ankle. See what works for you there as you breathe in and out. Or even wrap the elbow crease around the foot and hook up your hands above it. Once you release the back foot there, straighten the front knee out. Flex your toes up towards you. Dig the heel down. Lengthen your heart down over the leg. Melt your chest. Melt your spine towards your thigh, towards your knee, towards your shin as you breathe gently in and out. And then we'll sit back, so we sit inside the left heel. Move the flesh away from the left calf, ground into both buttocks, reach up, and then fold down over the front leg. And you come back up, and then you fold down, exhale. Again, you inhale to lift up, and exhale to fold down. And stay down here as you breathe. Once you come up, release, plant your right foot next to the inner left thigh. Wrap that left arm around it, or hook your elbow outside the leg. As you breathe in and out, you may even scoot the right fingertips a little more back towards your left buttock. Move the blades inward as you turn towards the right. Turn your lungs, your ribs, your heart, and then face the front. Release the right leg out. You can come down onto your hands in front of you there. Walk the feet back. And then set your elbows down, and there's your form plank, right? Your hips in the height of your shoulders. And then you rock to the right with your hips, and to the left with your hips, and to the right with your hips, and left and right. And again, left and right. Get your obliques to fire up, your arms, your shoulders, your legs. Good. Walk in your feet. You can lift your right leg up, maybe get upside down. If you have the wall, you can always go to the wall. You can pause the video and go to the wall too. And then you just switch your legs. Breathe in, out, stretch buttocks towards your heels, buttocks towards your heels. Once you come down, just take a moment to find your dolphin pose. Draw the other thighs back. Walk your feet backwards. Put a little bend into your knees. Separate the hands, come into chaturanga, pushing your chest forward to roll the heart open. And then exhale, down dog. Lift your left leg up and back. Drive the knee into the chest, and then bring the ankle across your thigh for figure 4. Walk the hands backwards. Sit your buttocks a little lower. Draw the left hip back and the right, and then reach the arms forward. Find a bit more length from the waist to the hands. Good. You can try to take that left upper arm across. So I always bring my right hand against the heel, and then the left arm against the left foot. And I'll turn to twist a little more. You may fall out of it and then come back into it. Right, it's a challenging balance position for sure, right? Because there's a lot going on. You're twisting. You're standing on one foot, right? Good. Walk the hands back out. Release your left leg into that falling star. Sweep the right arm up and over. Circle the upper arm around. Ground into the legs. Now drop the left hip, inhale, and come all the way up. Exhale, drop the hip and inhale, sweep it up. Again, drop that hip in, sweep it up. Place the right palm down. Draw the left knee in, step it up by your left thumb. Set your right knee down. Low lunge, drive the left knee a little forward. Reach the chest up and back. Roll the shoulders back, chest up and back. Good. Now you can reach back, catch the right foot. Maybe from the inside, grab the foot, the fingers can point down to the side or upward. You can also wrap the elbow crease around the foot, right, and take the other left hand up overhead. So these are all good choices. Choose this way to do it, and you can pick what works for you. But in both sides of your chest are reaching forward and up. Good. Let go of the back leg as you straighten out the front. Flex the toes up, dig the heel down, fold out over your leg. Find a little bit more length and deepen into the stretch. Now make sure your hips are nice and square here, pulling backwards. Good. Sitting back against the inner right heel, take the flesh away from the calf. You could always sit on a block or blanket or towel to reach the arms forward and come back up. Inhale, and again, exhale, reaching forward. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, reaching forward. And stay there as you breathe. As you come up, we'll plant the left foot beside the inner thigh. Wrap the right arm around or hook the elbow outside of it. Walk the left hand a little backwards, maybe towards the right buttock. Turn your heart, your chest towards the left. So again, the blade's going to press in towards the chest as you turn. Good. Breathe in and down and up and out. Face the front again. Walk the hands out in front of you there. Come back to your forearm plank. Set both elbows down simultaneously. hips and the height of your shoulders. Press up to your shoulder blades. And then bring the right knee to the left elbow, left knee to the right elbow, right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow, right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow, right knee to left elbow, and left knee to right elbow. And walk it in, dolphin pose. You can again lift the left leg and maybe get upside down. Draw the front ribs down to feel like you're moving your sternum towards your navel. And also bring the buttocks towards your feet and heels if you're upside down. You can look between the forearms the whole time. And then slowly, imagine you bring your knees towards your elbows or towards your armpits. Come into a little squat, malasana. Drop the right knee in and down. Drop the left knee in and down. Drop the right knee in and down. Left knee in and down. Crow pose, knees into the backs of the arms. Lean the shoulders forward, press into the hands. See if you can lift those feet up even more. So I have a little wrist issue on my left hand, so I can only do so much of this, but it's getting better. Being patient with your body when you're working through some things like injuries or anything like that. It takes time to heal. So we're going to sit between the heels. You can always sit on a block, a blanket, towel, or something like that. Take the flesh away from the calves. See how I was showing how you could put a block underneath your hips. Right? But the most important is to take the flesh away from the calf, tuck the hips a little more under. You come onto your forearms. You can even lay a block behind your back. You may just take your arms overhead. Breathe in nice and deep. Breathe out nice and slow. Go, come up little by little. And come back to down dog. Just stretch out the legs. Come back down onto your knees. Walk your hands back to the side. You're going to sit up on your heels. The heels going to turn a little bit out. The knees can even turn out a little bit too. You tuck your hips under, so you're sitting on your feet. You're sitting on your heels. Front body stretch. Abdominal stretch. Thigh stretch, hip flexor stretch, inner groin stretch, up the spine stretch, up to the chest as well. Press into the arms, come back up all fours, downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up and back, inhale. Draw the knee to the chest, step forward between your hands, spin the left foot down. Cartwheel arms up into your warrior 2. So you got your shoulders up over your hips. You got the spine lengthened. So even though the hips are going slightly down, the spine's still lengthening up. Reach the right arm forward to reverse your warrior. The left hand can even come behind you towards the right hip area or thigh. Side angle pose, right hand can even come outside the right foot on a block or put the forearm on your thigh. Left arm overhead. Firm the right buttock in, press the inner right heel down and back. Come back up through your warrior 2. Reverse the warrior one more time. We'll straighten the right leg out, reach out, turn your chest to face the side there as you may lift the left arm up. A block can also be underneath the hand. Breathe slowly and mindful as you elongate the inner legs, the backs of the legs, the outer legs, rooting through the inner foot and the outer foot, inner heel, outer heel. Left arm maybe overhead. So we'll slowly, you can even bring your left hand on your hip as you come out into your half moon. Or Chapasana, bend the top left knee, grab the ankle, the foot from the inside. Then start to kick your foot up and back. Start to kick your foot up and back. Roll the chest a little more open so you find a back bend. And squeeze the shoulder blades slightly in towards one another. Root down through your right foot. Right foot. Lengthen out as you slowly square the chest to face the mat. Drop the left knee down to tap the mat and back up. Drop the left knee down to tap the mat and back up. Drop the left knee to tap the mat and back up. Oof. Hands can be raised the whole time. So set the left knee behind you for a little twist. Twist the seated twist. So you got the right foot outside the left knee area, wrap the left arm in front of the knee, and the left elbow, if you like, outside the leg, or interlace, getting a bind as you wrap the arms in between the thighs. Start's gonna lay your ribs slightly in towards that leg. You're kind of leaning in towards your leg a bit with your torso, so there's more weight in your hips. You may try to straighten the right leg upward and upward. As you release out, we'll slowly come up, step the left foot back, sweep the right leg back, three-legged dog. Flip it backwards, wild thing, roll the chest open. Perhaps your hand could almost touch the ground. Come through into your side plank, firm the buttocks, in, tailbone in, inner thighs back. Come back, separate the feet, right arm forward, left leg back. Find that little balance pose. Put your hand and foot down and walk your feet closer and closer. Tuck your head between the arms, shoulders over your hands. Drive the front ribs in. Come high on your tiptoes. Really engage the legs, and then maybe kick up. And maybe kick up one leg and then the other. Again, you can always use the wall. You're trying to get your hips up over the shoulders. Like I said, my wrist is a little bit sore. My left wrist is it's not easy for me right now to handstand, but you can always go to the wall and play with your handstand. Or maybe just kick back and find your up dog. And from there to downward dog. Raise the left leg back, nice and long. Drive the leg in, step it forward, spin the right heel down. Come on up, warrior two. Take up some room, take up some space. Open that inner left knee outwardly towards the outer knee to the outer hip. Feel the length of your spine. Reach forward, reverse the warrior. Maybe the right hand finds the left thigh as you turn or reaching your, it's not really a back bend, it's more like a side bend through the spine. Come on up, reach the left arm outside the left foot or on a block, right arm overhead. Dig that inner heel down, inner left heel, inner right heel down. Move the buttocks in, stretch your chest forward. Breathe into the length of your body, to the shape of your body. And once you come upright, again we'll reverse the warrior. And little by little, squeeze the front knee straighter and straighter. Find your Trikonasana triangle pose. Reach out over the left leg. You can bring the hands on your ankle, the mat, or block. Work the left buttock in. Stretch both of your legs so that left buttock goes down towards your left heel, right buttock towards your right heel. You reach the right arm over your head. Wiggle yourself out into your half moon. Walk the left hand forward or on a block. Raise the right leg or immediately grab the ankle by bending the knee. Kick the foot up higher and higher. Engage your upper back, squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. We'll square the chest and the hips bit by bit towards the mat. Bring the hands up to your heart. And then bend that right knee. See if you can tap the mat with the right knee and press back up. Tap the knee with the, tap the mat with the right knee. Oops, almost fall. Right knee to the mat. Oh, and back up. Right knee outside the left leg. Sitting down. Twisted, seated twist here. You can wrap the right arm out underneath the leg and the left arm behind you. Or just hook the elbow outside the thigh. Relax the inner groins. Right? Relax the buttocks down, the groins, the feet, the ankles. Turn that chest towards the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Very good. You could try to straighten your left leg up. I know I didn't do it, and back and straighten the left leg and down and left. I forgot on this side, but you can always straighten the left leg, still with the bind. Now walk your feet closer and closer. Get your shoulders right over your wrist. Pull the front ribs in. Lift high on your tiptoes, high on the tiptoes. And then again, you can stretch your right leg up to the sky and kick up to a handstand, for example. And then, or you just take the left arm over your head and flip it backwards, towards your right side there, flip it backwards, wild thing. Come into your side plank, roll the inner thighs back, or maybe even take your top left arm and reach it forward, right? So the hips are facing the side here. Come through plank, but have your feet hip width apart. Lift the right leg and that left arm. Put your hand down. Walk the feet in again. Come high on your tippy toes. Squeeze in the front ribs. Get your shoulders over your wrist. Maybe you kick up. Find your up dog. And downward dog. Good. Camel pose on the shins. So you don't want to just press all your weight into your knees. You also want to press down the shins, the ankles, the feet. As you lift the chest. So really the chest is what's lifting, not just the stomach. The chest is what's coming up and back in that camel pose. You can come down, rest, sit down, recover. And then we'll open up the legs with straddle. Lay the legs into the mat, hands behind the head. We'll lay the thighs into the mat. You can always place your hands on the mat, otherwise come down halfway and back up. Come down halfway or so and back up. Yeah, up and down. So really ground into the ankles, the heels, the legs, like you're digging the heels into the ground, pulling the heels slightly back towards you. This will have a good range of motion through the legs and your hips, inner thighs, and back. Sole the feet together, knees wide. And again, you can feel free to rock a little up and down with your hips here and your legs. Open the feet up like a book. Hands can come behind the head again. Knees wide, you're coming down only as far as possible. I need to readjust here. And you can always kind of rock them a little up and down to get a little bit more room in the groins. So you're going up and down a couple of times here. Maybe a little further down. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, let's come back up to all fours. Set the forearms down, come into a frog pose, Bakasana. So you can take your knees nice and wide. You can place a blanket underneath the knee, a towel underneath the knee if it hurts your knees. Scoot the buttocks backward slightly so it feels into drawing the buttocks back without really moving too much back, but just kind of feeling to draw the hips back to lift the belly. And you can try to lift one foot and then the other foot and then the other foot, and keep alternating the feet up and down. Still moving the buttocks back so the belly stays lifted, or put a block underneath the pelvis if you need that. So you try to lift the feet up, lift the feet up. Again, it will create a little bit more range of motion in the hips. More mobility. We'll eventually bring the legs together. Work them a little side to side. Place the hands beside you as you roll up into up dog. Inhale, and then exhale to downward dog. Jump or walk forward to seated as you lie down on our back. Bring the right ankle across the left thigh. Figure 4 here, laying on your back. You can work the hips a little closer. You can also wrap the arms like a forklift around the right shin, or even wrap the arm outside the leg on both sides. Breathing in and out. Scooting your hips a bit over to the right, but drop the right foot over on your left side. Hang on to the ankle with the left hand. Sweep the right arm out to the right. Feel a sense of moving the buttocks forward down the mat, so away from the chest. Move the buttocks towards the front of the mat, away from your chest. Come back in, plant the foot, take your left ankle across, figure 4 line down here. Wrap the hands maybe around the hamstring or the calf, shin area. You also want to feel like your buttocks are going forward and down the mat. Forward and down the mat. Maybe that forklift around the leg. Breathe in and out. Still rolling the buttocks forward. Back to the figure 4. Let the left foot go to the right. Grab the ankle with the right hand. Open up the left arm. Roll the buttocks down away from the chest. Breathe deep inside your chest cavity. One more deep breath here. Nice little twist. Unwind from the twist as you lie down for the final pose, Shavasana. Slide the shoulder blades under. Let the legs roll out to the side, the feet roll out. Let the body really relax, rejuvenate. Breathing slowly, letting everything relax. Shavasana, corpse pose. slowly start to awaken up. You can wiggle your feet and your toes. Take some slower breath. Plant the left foot. Roll off to your right side. Eyes can stay closed. Press into your left hand as you come back up slowly. Crossing your ankles, sitting up tall. Bring the hands to the heart. Om Shri Gurabhyo Namaha Harihi Om Akanda Mandalakaram Yaptam Yena Chirachiram Tatparam Dashiram Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So grateful. Thanks for practicing with me. Have a great day. Namaste, everybody. Namaste.